Hello, this is Gerald Tuovamas. In this video I will have another demonstration of a word that shows you what it means by the combinations of letters. I had already street, I had already car. Let's add a bike to it. And in my background I have three regions in which all the letters fit, and that makes up the definition of how we recognize very quickly what we need in our orientation, in our letters and so on, because it goes very quickly in our mind. This balance goes automatically, but we sense that balance, and each letter has a kind of sense which we deal with, have the very large categories of context, of movement and timing, or of simply definitions into a spatial frame. There are three different ways of thinking in one focus, two focuses, or three focuses, where you deal with just one thing and it's a definition, or you deal with two things and yet things are changing, or you deal with more than two focuses, and then you have to find a balance. All kinds of basic letters are into one of these categories, and by combining these categories we also find the balance. That's how this system works, that's how it works for each word as well. Let's go for bike. So what do I do to work with it, so to learn what is going on? It's one of the methods. I have different ones, but it gives you already a quite well idea of how the balance between the letters is. So I put them in the right order, and I put them in the right category. The B in and the K in the blue category in space, the E in the contextual frame, and the A into the time frame in the right order. B, let's go to the definition of B in its scheme. So it's I have three levels there, so 1, 2, 3, and the first level is about the starting points. The next one is about what is already developing in placement and in space. It's about forms that it is more clear. The forms are becoming more and more clear. So in B, it is so clear that it is about something is forming there. Something is really. It's not about change yet, but you can see a lot going on. And it's going towards something. It is really forming something. It is absolutely sure that something is going on. It's going somewhere. It's changing somewhere. Although change on its own is the second category, the green one. Also this one, the second level, it has already the idea of the green, of the change, of the development, but purely in a physical thing. So we have a physical potential of change, of using time at some point, but it's still not doing it. It's not needing time. It's as if you have an object, and yes, you can use it for time at some time. That's the B. That's so we have what it is also. You have one attention point into one focus, two attention points, 2 points that shows that attract my attention, or three. Here it is a second category, the B, so it's in 2 points. I have 2 points in the vertical, and I see I have something in development, and it's going towards an end effect, towards some conclusion. It's something is clearly forming here. I have a change that I can notice, and it shows its importance that it's there. You see this irregularity. Something is forming. I'm sure what I have there. That's the B. The next letter will tell you where I can use that. So the E is that applied form. So where can we apply that kind of change? Can we apply it everywhere, anywhere? The E is that at the context, means you can have different contexts. You don't always see all the contexts, but it gives you the opportunity. There is an opportunity. You can apply it somewhere, at some point, at some time, and so on. So placement is there, time is there, but it's also an undefined thing as well. It's not immediately there, but it's potentially there. You can use it at some point. So where is it in the scheme? First category, the blue. Find its starting points in context, find its continuation in the second category, or find its relative state. That's the last one. So we find it's a relative state, so we can use it at some point where we can use it. As simple as that. K is then the last, the next letter, the third letter, and that is the K is that the first category, first level. The first level is about starting points. The starting point at the beginning, in the middle, and in the end. It's a starting point at the end, which also means it's already doubtful. We're not really sure where if we still have it under control, the starting point. So here it also needs adaptation. There's a logic behind it, how it's building up. But the K, I have to remember it. That's the third category. It shows its limitations. It shows its limitations of a starting point. Here, it needs also some adaptation to keep it running right. So you have to. It's a kind of attention that says, okay, I can start with it, but I have to give it attention that I apply well, that I adapt well, that I don't have it predefined, that I'm really searching for the answers there, like in K in the question mark of K, for instance. And the E, where is it in the scheme? It's in the green part, in the timing frame, of course, and the E is about timing. It is so you start from somewhere and then you continue. I will define it in some other videos as well, why it's almost two-dimensional in that way. It continues. You have a time frame. It has its peak moments, but these peaks are repeated. Is a time frame in which things work and can be repeated in the same way. Again, it can be timed. That's what the definition says. So what do I have now in total? I have, of course, this bike, which starts from a 2 points that takes my attention. In which one is going into. It's not going straight forward. It's going into a changeable direction. So it has a double focus into 1 point of an object. The 1 point minded is actually saying, like, I have a definition. This definition is stable. I have a stable vision onto my bike, and even it has 2 parts, and that's what could be read into the scheme as well. There's 2 parts that you see, like the 2 wheels. So just a stable position, but it is something that is used for change, for that kind of thing, for changes, and can be used for changes in direction, can be used to time certain things potentially. And that's also what the E says. It can be applied in that way. And what will it do? It will do that towards all of the changes that needs your attention, or it's required to adapt to whatever it needs to continue to keep on straight in your center, and this also during a certain time. So this is the E, is that rhythm. The B is the potential of movement in somewhere. K is this adaptation, and this adaptation is needed for a certain time. That's how the bike is used, and how the bike can be used, and can be used potentially as well somewhere, sometime, with that adaptation, which has a little bit more focus than, for instance, a car that I had before. A little bit more attention to, okay, I have to adapt, because this is not a very stable object. You know, the bike is constantly demanding that you keep it straight with the K, keep it straight during a certain time, and then you can access it for a certain time and to somewhere. I hope this was also a clear definition of the word bike. Just not under 10 minutes, but it's close. There's some books there, some website too. Thanks for watching. Bye.